Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into The Science of Intelligent Achievement by Isaiah Hankel, a PhD holder in biology with a knack for inspiring transformation through mental concentration and behavioral psychology. This practical guide, published in 2018, is tailored to those who aspire to reach the pinnacle of productivity and foster creativity within themselves. In The Science of Intelligent Achievement, Hankel unlocks the secrets of mastering your mindset to sustain motivation, harness the power of thought, and strategically choose the company you keep to support your journey to success. He effectively bridges the gap between science and application, providing actionable insights that individuals can implement to achieve their personal and professional objectives. Given Hankel's significant contributions as a coach, as well as his celebrated status as an author and a contributing writer to respected outlets such as The Guardian and Entrepreneur magazine, this book is steeped in authoritative advice and evidence-based strategies. It follows the international success of his previous bestseller, Black Hole Focus, by further exploring the intricacies of success in the business realm. This episode will particularly resonate with entrepreneurs eager to channel their energy effectively, self-employed individuals seeking a surge in productivity, and psychologists and coaches looking to enhance their methodologies. The Science of Intelligent Achievement offers a blueprint for attaining not just goals, but meaningful and intelligent success. Join us as we uncover how to streamline your path towards your most ambitious achievements. The Science of Intelligent Achievement: How Smart People Focus, Create, and Grow Their Way to Success. Introduction. Unlock the secrets to soaring productivity with science-backed strategies. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast field, your eyes set on the treasure that lies on the opposite side. Your objectives, both personal and professional, beckon you across that field. But the path isn't just a straight line. It's dotted with distractions, unnecessary tasks, and energy-draining obligations. How do you navigate through this complicated terrain to grab hold of the goals that really matter? That's the question that The Science of Intelligent Achievement by Isaiah Hankel answers, offering you 3 powerful tools to help you chart a clear and efficient course. Selective focus, creative ownership, and pragmatic growth. These are your compass, map, and boots for the trek ahead. By harnessing these strategies, you can tune out the static of distraction, harness your energy to its utmost potential, and amplify your creative output to levels you've only dreamed of. Dive into this crafted narrative, and you'll unlock the mysteries behind truly productive hours in a day, discover the art of saying no, the right way, and take a leaf out of Walt Disney's book to revolutionize your productivity approach. Once you've grasped these insights, those long, daunting to-do lists will be a thing of the past as you forge a logical and achievable pathway toward your most ambitious goals. Part 1. Preserve your mental fuel by mastering the art of thoughtful refusal. Picture yourself locked in a gaze with your computer screen, the cursor blinking expectantly, while your brain feels as pliable as a slab of concrete. This all-too-familiar sensation of cognitive paralysis isn't just about being tired, it's a sign that your mental energy reserves are running on fumes. When your brain's batteries are flat, no amount of staring or straining will reignite that spark of decision-making prowess. Mental energy is akin to a precious currency, dictating the vigor and passion with which we engage in both our personal and work lives. However, it's also a fragile and finite resource. Research outlined in the Harvard Business Review back in 2007 enlightened us to a surprising reality. The average person is equipped with a mere 2 hours of peak mental clarity daily and an additional 5 hours of relatively sound focus. Beyond this, you're operating in a suboptimal zone. Recognizing the scarcity of sharp mental energy begs an important question. How do we recharge it effectively? In 2012, Taeko Sasai's research underscored an elementary, yet often neglected answer: ample sleep. But even with proper rest, Our reservoirs of high-grade cognitive fuel are limited. Hence, every minute of mental exertion warrants careful consideration. Enter the principle of selective focus, a tactical approach to investing your mental energy wisely. The core tenet of selective focus is learning to say no, to safeguard your attention and energy from the myriad demands clamoring for it. It's unrealistic to accommodate every request, regardless of how politely one might make it. The tricky part? We're not culturally wired to decline opportunities or requests. Childhood lessons steered us toward saying yes, where compliance was traded for validation and affection. Yet adulthood flips the script, where the true reward often lies in the strength to refuse. Delving into over 80 studies, psychologist Martin Hager unearthed compelling evidence that rejecting non-essential tasks not only wards off inefficiency, but also propels us towards our goals with greater directness. As we probe deeper into the practice of selective focus, we'll explore additional guidelines for applying this life-altering strategy. Part 2. Opt for mastery over mediocrity by embracing focused effort over frantic busyness. So, you've decided to conquer a new skill, diligently equipping yourself for the notorious 10,000-hour challenge. However, before you start chalking up the hours, pause and consider this. What truly matters is not the quantity of those hours, but the quality. This is where selective focus's second commandment, deliberate practice, enters the fray. Psychologist K. Anders Ericsson cast a spotlight in 1993 on the striking divide between ordinary and extraordinary achievers. His research made it clear the secret ingredient to standout success is not simply a marathon of practice sessions, but intentional, top-notch practice. Ericsson discovered a pattern. Average achievers may rack up longer hours, but often indulge in unfocused, meandering practice spread throughout the day. Their exceptional counterparts, however, dial in with laser-like focus, typically amassing roughly 3.5 hours of concentrated effort each day, carved into potent bursts. This approach, despite the smaller time investment, far outstrips the efficacy of the full-day scattershot regimen. But what lures us away from this path of deliberate mastery? Simple pleasures, those little distractions that trigger a feel-good flow of dopamine, the quick email check, the impromptu desk reorganization. These tasks might offer immediate gratification, but they hijack our focus from meatier, goal-oriented activities. You might feel productively buzzed tidying your workspace, while that crucial business plan gathers dust in the background. Indeed, staying perpetually busy can beautifully mask a lack of actual progress. Conversely, if you can resist the urge to look busy, you may just clear the mental runway for strategic planning that propels you toward your objectives. But there's a catch to this stillness. An empty space invites fillers, and if you're not visibly swamped, others might see it as a green light to pile more onto your plate. This is why you must guard your schedule religiously, shielding both your free moments and periods dedicated to deliberate practice. Next time you're at a crossroads with a new task proposition, channel this litmus test. Does this advance me toward the goals I've laid out for myself? If the answer is no, then it's likely time to employ that newfound skill of saying no. Part 3. Guard your mind. Surround yourself with positivity and shield yourself from negativity. Imagine that life has handed you one of its toughest challenges, a health scare such as a cancer diagnosis. It's a situation the author knows all too well. In seeking the best course of action, he sought out a myriad of opinions from professionals and peers alike. During such trials, advice seems like a lifeline. However, the author emphasizes that we must treat the advice we collect as carefully as the food we eat. Opinions, like germs, can spread and infect us. Dubbed the third rule of selective focus, it's crucial to selectively absorb only those attitudes and viewpoints that serve our mental health and aspirations. The influence of those around us is profound, whether we realize it or not. When voices of skepticism and negativity echo around us, questioning our capacities and belittling our ambitions, they can squash our motivation. To shield our dreams, we need to curate our environment, aligning with individuals who inspire and encourage us, and distancing ourselves from the chorus of doubt. The risks of negativity extend beyond mere mindset. They can physically erode our cerebral architecture. Stanford's Professor Robert Sapolsky's research tells a chilling tale. Merely half an hour spent processing negative language can set off a cascade of neuron death within the problem-solving hub of the brain, the hippocampus. As if this weren't alarming enough, the findings of a 2013 study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships further underscore the corrosive power of pessimism. Participants tasked with tuning out a negative diatribe showed improved performance in subsequent cognitive tasks compared to those who soaked in the negativism. The message is crystal clear. Protecting your mental space is not just about emotional well-being, but about preserving your brain's integrity, preparing you for intelligent achievement's next tool. Part 4. Embrace authenticity and the Disney strategy for effortless creativity. Owning your creative process is central to the concept of creative ownership, the second tool in intelligent achievement. It means channeling your efforts into personal projects that fuel your passions, not someone else's blueprint. Creative ownership is about exercising autonomy in your work, carving out a niche that is distinctly yours. For many, the very thought of producing original content can trigger anxiety. Perfectionism holds their pen at a standstill. But here's a liberating truth. The most genuine and relatable writing stems from personal experience. If you find yourself at odds with the blank page, ask yourself if you're venturing too far from your own depths of knowledge. Start with the familiar. Recount your own stories, even as simple as the events of yesterday, or episodes from your childhood that still resonate with you. This is your training ground for authentic storytelling. As you grow comfortable narrating your own tales, you can begin to weave in the stories of others, expanding your literary canvas. The key is progression and familiarity, cultivating a voice that confidently explores both personal and external narratives. To inject more freedom into your creative endeavors, consider Walt Disney's approach, a strategy expounded by Sarah Tausch, a media studies professor at the University of Munich. Disney's technique is a beacon for those seeking to bolster their creative output, and it consists of 3 transformative stages. Begin by muting your inner critic during the drafting phase. Grant yourself the liberty to jot down even the zaniest ideas. Forget cohesion. This is about raw, creative outpouring. Then, as you embark on your second draft, allow the editor in you to reawaken, albeit gently. Sift through the rubble of your initial draft, spotlighting glimmers of promise. These are the seeds from which coherent paragraphs will grow, converging into a narrative that flows. Finally, in the third draft, fine-tune your work with a meticulous editorial eye. This is where you trim the excess, smoothing out the creases and refining your prose to its essence. The process is cyclical. You start by abandoning restraint, gradually rein in to nurture the strongest ideas, and then polish to perfection. With practice, generating compelling, high-caliber content will become second nature, an effortless extension of your authentic voice. Part 5. Attracting customers with irresistible freebies and using data to cater to their interests. Imagine standing at the bustling marketplace of modern commerce, a newcomer among countless vendors. Your mission? To transform passers-by into a devoted customer base. The magic ingredient for this transformation is a timeless trade secret: the allure of the free sample. In today's digital age, these take the form of lead magnets. A lead magnet is like a beacon, shining brightly to catch the eye of potential customers. It's a free offering that draws people in, tantalizing them with a taste of your expertise or product in exchange for their contact information. For writers, the first chapter of a book, given away online, could be this magnet, inviting readers to sign up and stay informed about the release of subsequent chapters. Envision running a lifestyle improvement venture. Your magnet might be a well-crafted blog teeming with nuggets of wisdom on self-betterment, establishing your voice as an authority. Those who recognize the value in your insights will happily exchange their emails for regular notifications of freshly baked content, weaving the first threads of a long-term relationship. Bear in mind that lead magnets usually operate at an initial cost to you, yet they can multiply into revenue streams over time. Take that treasure trove of advice from your blog. It can eventually evolve into your first book, transforming free advice into profitable wisdom in print. Yet the benefits aren't confined to potential products. Regularly updating your blog with fresh articles keeps the relationship with your audience lively while climbing the ladder of Google rankings, ensuring more eyes land on your content. And as you feed your blog, a companion tool awaits to mine its gold: Google Analytics. This service can unveil which subjects truly resonate with your audience by revealing the most viewed articles on your site. These insights help determine what to include in your upcoming book and inform the direction of future blog posts, ensuring you're always in sync with your audience's interests. For instance, if a cluster of your articles on entrepreneurial strategies for women is catching fire, that's a signal you've hit a niche. With such data, you confidently pour your energies into crafting a book tailored for this audience, a guide brimming with life hacks for the aspiring businesswoman. In this dance of creative ownership, the interplay between lead magnets and data analytics forms a pas de deux that guides you toward what your customers crave, helping you craft offerings that hit the mark every single time. Part 6. Cultivate a practical mindset to navigate life's challenges and achieve greater success. Life's unforeseen twists can unsettle the sturdiest of us, like the author's own confrontation with a cancer diagnosis. In such moments, clarity emerges from an unexpected source: pragmatism. By zeroing in on tangible, achievable steps, pragmatism provided a beacon through the haze of stress and fear. This approach to problem solving and goal setting is the essence of pragmatic growth, the final tool in the arsenal of intelligent achievement. Pragmatic growth isn't mere theory, it's a skill to refine, a lens that brings into focus the actionable over the insurmountable. It means pivoting away from despairing thoughts and instead asking, what's the next small step I can take? This shift from overwhelming doubt to manageable tasks not only leads back to the path of progress, but also counters stress's corrosive effects on our well-being. Psychologist Francis Flynn's 2008 research underscores the potent effects of pragmatism, linking it to heightened happiness and emotional resilience, even amidst adversity. Compared to their less pragmatic peers, individuals with a pragmatic streak were less prone to dramatic dips in happiness when faced with stressful situations. However, adopting a pragmatic stance requires more than just acknowledging its benefits. It also means combating our innate negativity bias. Psychologist Rick Hansen points out a quirk of human psychology: we are wired to pay more attention to negative experiences. His studies reveal that while our memory quickly locks in negative information, positive experiences need at least a dozen seconds of savoring before they're etched into our recollection. Hence, we're likely to stew over the person who snubbed us in the elevator, while the memory of the stranger who held the door open fades away. Armed with the knowledge of this innate bias, you can employ pragmatic measures to counteract it. Deliberate actions can help tip the balance in favor of positivity. For instance, instead of ruminating on frustrations, allocate time to recognize and internalize the day's victories, savoring each for those crucial 12 seconds. It turns out that pragmatism isn't just about advancing towards success. It's also about rewiring our tendencies to see and retain the good in life, fortifying us against the pull of negativity. As research in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin suggests, unchecked negativity bias can derail our aspirations. But with a pragmatic mindset and incremental goals geared towards positivity, each stride forward becomes a bulwark against the undertow of pessimism, charting a course to success and fulfillment. Part 7. Streamline your life by ditching to-do lists and saying no with conviction. To-do lists, they can be endless scrolls of ambition, a jumble of tasks that range from the minute to the monumental. But do they ever seem to shrink? If you often find that to-do lists leave you feeling more overwhelmed than organized, you're not alone, and there's good news. Part of embracing pragmatic growth means stepping away from these cumbersome lists and focusing on what truly propels you towards your objectives. Indeed, it turns out that to-do lists might not be the productivity panacea we've been led to believe. Research by biologist Mones Abu-Assab in 2012 exposed a fundamental flaw. To-do lists often comprise a mishmash of tasks that differ in scale, importance, and effort required. With a human tendency to chase the dopamine hit from checking off items, we might prioritize a plethora of piddling tasks, while those monumental, impactful projects get perpetually postponed. Thus, if we're committed to being pragmatic and genuinely moving the needle on our success meter, we need to apply a disciplined no to the clutter of non-essential tasks. Imagine setting your responses to potential distractions to an automatic no. Or, consider the rule of 3. Only yield if a request is made thrice, signaling its urgency and your unique capability to address it. But how we say no matters. A 2012 study by Vanessa Patrick advises against cushioning our refusals with excuses. There's potent efficacy and clarity in a straightforward declaration of, "I don't want to do this." Such candor empowers you and broadcasts a message that your time and effort are reserved for your highest priorities. As we gear up to examine some traps that could snare our journey of pragmatic growth, keep these insights at the ready. Forewarned is forearmed, allowing us to dodge pitfalls and stay steadfast on a path to success. Part 8. Steer clear of productivity's deadliest traps to maintain your path to success. Embarking on a journey of productivity is akin to setting out on a treacherous road packed with hidden traps, each one ready to derail even the best of intentions. The author's deep dive into the world of productivity workshops has revealed 8 common pitfalls that impede the path to intelligent achievement. Firstly, beware of the hidden strings attached to accepting gifts. Although it's pleasant to receive, proceed with caution. The giver might just be angling for a return favor. This isn't about fostering mistrust, it's about being discerning and potentially avoiding obligations that detract from your primary goals. The second trap is the absence of a morning routine. Establishing a sequence of morning rituals is akin to setting your brain on autopilot, sparing you from decision fatigue and conserving mental fuel for the more complex tasks to come. Third on the list is the lure of busy work. Such activities offer the illusion of productivity but ultimately divert your focus from the larger, impact-driven milestones. Close behind is the tendency to prioritize the path of least resistance, opting for easy tasks over the challenging ones. Resist the temptation and tackle the tasks with the most significant payoff head-on. Fifth is the overemphasis on the traditional 8-hour workday. Remember, your peak cognitive energy spans only about 5 hours. Channel your efforts into those high-octane periods and then allow time for recharge. The 6th and 7th pitfalls are as pervasive as they are insidious. The compulsive lure of smartphones and the incessant ping of incoming emails. These distractions are voracious consumers of mental energy. Keep them at bay if you wish to maintain your focus. And the final pitfall? It's the all-too-common trap of succumbing to the demands of others, often at the expense of your priorities. The antidote is simple, yet powerful. Say no. Embrace it fully, and watch as it works its potent spell, safeguarding your time and your focus. Armed with an understanding of these traps and the triad of powerful tools, selective focus, creative ownership, and pragmatic growth, you have a strategic advantage. Apply these tools with wisdom and circumspection, and watch as you elevate your professional life with intent and deliberate practice. Final summary. Intelligent achievement isn't just about setting goals. It's about pursuing them with precision, efficiency, and resourcefulness. The essence of these insightful sessions is that the means to reach your ambitions lie within your grasp through the implementation of deliberate techniques. To tread the path to intelligent achievement, you must first sharpen your selective focus. Identify what matters most and sidestep the snares of distraction, be it from trivial tasks or the negative chatter around you. With this clarity, you're poised to take on creative ownership, weaving your originality and vision into every facet of your work. Techniques like Walt Disney's famed method and the strategic deployment of lead magnets empower you to expand your creative output and attract a following. As you cultivate your independence and creativity, bolstered by pragmatic growth, you become well versed in ignoring the negativity bias that is hardwired within us all. By dedicating attention to positive experiences and undertaking manageable, practical steps forward, you build momentum toward your grander vision. In essence, intelligent achievement is a craft as much as it is a journey, blending concentrated focus, spirited creativity, and grounded pragmatism, a triad that transforms aspirations into tangible outcomes. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.